Hello and welcome to Fieldwork. My name is Jenny. We do Akashic Record readings here. Welcome to December's reading. I believe this is the third video that I've made. I've done a reading for October and November, now December. So we will be opening the records and reading the energies for December. For anybody that watches this video, I channel for the collective of eyes who fall upon this video at any given time. So if you are viewing this, welcome. This reading is for you. And I would also love to know if you've been watching these videos or if this is the first one that you've seen, what you would like to see from me. I have plans to make videos about what the Akashic Records are, how to connect with and build a relationship with your guides, how to read the language of your energy. There are lots of things in the works, but I would also love to know what you as the viewer would like to see. Whether you knew about the Akashic Records before this or not. So please let me know in the comments what you would like to see or know or learn about, and I'll add it to my list. For now, we are going to, like I said, enter the Akashic Records to receive messages about the month of December. This is going to be for the YouTube Fieldwork Collective. So uh, let's get started. I ask God, the greater field, for a shield of truth, love, and light to surround me permanently, so that only truth, love, and light exist between you and me. I allow God, the greater field, to speak to and through me and receive that which is for my highest good, a voice that I, Jenny Lee Bremer, trust and love. Perfect. My records are now open, so I will go ahead and open yours. I now ask that the highest order of sacred light surround us. I ask God, the greater field, to surround you with truth, love, and light permanently, so that only truth, love, and light will exist between you and me. I allow the masters, teachers, guides, angels, loved ones, and energies of you to channel through me out of whatever realm to say whatever they wish. I ask the permission of the Lords of the Akashic Records so that I'm able to look into the records of you and remove whatever information I'm allowed. Okay, the records are now open. I'm going to take a moment just to feel into the energy here. And what does the Fieldwork Collective need to know about the energies of December? Ah, yes, the last we left you, you were a ship sailing into the night, and a cave you approached, but a cave you went around, and you parted the seas like Moses. And you stepped out onto the ocean floor between walls of water on either side of you. And you walked and you walked and you walked and you continue to walk because when there's an open path you follow. You don't try to turn into one of the walls of water and swim another direction. That is following the path of least resistance. You stand between the walls of water and you walk and you walk and you walk because it is open. It is inviting you further and further and further along the way. This is so interesting. Sometimes, most of the time when I'm in the Akashic Records, uh, I'm having a conversation with guides, it's rare that I actually channel in the way that I just did. So, super interesting. I'm going to keep feeling into this. In December, we do not stray and we do not sway. In December, we walk and we walk and we walk. We see the power in every step that we take, in every present moment, being honest about where we are, being in acceptance of where we have been, and being open to where it is that we're going, knowing that all we really need to know right now is exactly where our foot lands, one in front of the other at all times. There is an emphasis on the ground beneath your feet as an information source. That in order for you to gather whatever it is that you need to take with you to wherever you're going, it is important for you, almost as if through osmosis, to gather all of the information and resources and knowledge that you can about exactly where you're at, right here, right now, in the ever-evolving moment of time. There isn't much that you need to do, but pay attention. Take it all in. You're never going to be here again. Love where you're at, as if it is all you will ever have. Fill up this space and time as if it is a container and it is only filled with you. Love its contents. Place a cork in the top so that you may be full of none other than your own self, and shake it up a bit as if you're a snow globe, full of sparkles, full of snow, full of magic. And the more that you shake it up, the more potent you become. So they're really showing me myself right now, a vision of myself as if I am a glass container and I'm full of sparkles and snow that you might see in a snow globe. And there really is a cork top on the top of my head. And it's like I push it down and it closes up this container. And so I'm going to feel into this for a moment because they're continuing to show me this vision. And often when they continue to show me a vision, it's because we're not quite done with it yet. I haven't taken out all of the messaging that's in there. It really feels like they really, really want us to understand the potency of the magic that is inside this container, meaning they really want us to understand the potency of our own magic within ourselves. And I don't think we're getting it. That's why I'm continuing to see this vision. So let me see what else comes through here. Wow, okay, they're saying yes, 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 the holiday season, it's such a magical time. But don't forget that you yourself bopping around, they're literally saying bopping around. You yourself bopping around holiday parties and shopping and wherever it is that you go during this time, remember that all of the ways that you feel magical is not only because it's the holiday magic, but because it is something that's going on inside of you. And right now, whatever is going on, if you don't celebrate the holidays wherever you are, that's okay. There's still there is still magic in December that the guides are wanting you to be aware of, and that wherever you go, this magic is going with you, and they want you to be really, really aware of the fact that the wonderful magical moments that you experience over the next 4 weeks through the end of the year will be because of some of your external circumstances, but it's also because it's amplified in you. So it's almost as if the dial on the magic of the world is turned up right now, and it will continue to turn up the further we get into December. And it almost feels like a selenite wand or stone. If you're familiar with selenite, it's a clear stone mineral, and to me it feels it's white and kind of translucent. And to me that feels like really clear, clean, bright energy. Excuse me. I sometimes when energy starts moving in a reading, I burp. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of magic and clean, clear, bright energy, even amongst some of the harder emotions and feelings that come with the end of the year and with the holiday season and things like that. There is still plenty of magic to be harvested. Magic to be harvested was a very specific message that came through. So it's almost as if they want us to set down They want us to set down everything. They want us to set down, oh, it's the end of the year. Did I achieve my goals? Oh, it's the end of the year. I could like still lose those 5 pounds. It's the end of the year. There's still time for XYZ. And it's like the guides are saying, none of that matters. Put all of that down. What matters right now is the feeling, the feeling of which it's a feeling that you keep looking for, but it already exists inside of you. You carry it with you everywhere you go. And it's like the more and more and more you make contact with it and notice that, the stronger and stronger it becomes. And they really want you to spend a lot of time focusing on this feeling and this magic. Can you tell us more about this feeling and this magic? Gosh, it's almost like I'm seeing again, they're showing me as the container and this sparkly magic inside of me. And it's like the further I go into December, it's like my whole container starts rattling because there's so much of that energy in me that it wants to pop that cork top right out of my head so that all of that energy can literally, it's like coming, pouring out of me. And wow, look at my screen. It's literally pouring out of me and washing over the whole world. So I think that there's a really sweet emphasis on what's inside of us and how we can use that to positively contribute or affect those around us. And we don't really have to do that much. I think that, oh, yeah, okay. We focus so much on gift giving and transactional ideas and buying and money and spending and consuming and so many things this time of year. And the guides really want to remind us that if nothing else, we are so resourced from within that even if we didn't exchange gifts, there are plenty of things that we could offer one another. And they really want us to turn toward that this holiday season, that there are so many ways that we are resourced energetically and within our hearts, and just things that we maybe don't always notice about ourselves, but other people notice it as if it is emphasized and highlighted and exaggerated and like, wow, that Jenny, she sure is XYZ. Whereas I would be like, oh, I totally like that's not even a thing I think about that, or I think about myself. And somebody else could be like, that thing literally saved me today. So, big emphasis on our resources within and how we could offer. I just heard offer yourself to the world as if you would offer a flower to the one you love. Oh, that's really sweet. I think that came through in a one-on-one Akashic Records reading I did a while back. Um, yeah, they really want us to connect on like a heart level. And they're like, yeah, enjoy the gift giving, enjoy the unwrapping, enjoy the magic that comes with that, and the joy and the childlike enthusiasm. But do not forget, please remember the power of just connecting with one another. And that can be as simple as truly connecting in a one-on-one sense with family members. That can be acknowledging somebody that you walk by on the street, which I think is funny that they're throwing that in there because I've noticed lately so much how when I go for walks, my dog gets greeted before I do, and often I don't get greeted. It's my dog that gets the hello and the all of the acknowledgement. Sometimes I don't even get eye contact. And if I'm not with my dog and going for a walk, I'm noticing that some people don't make eye contact or connect at all. And so there's an emphasis here on really being intentional about acknowledging each other and connecting in all of the ways. So it doesn't always have to be this deep, intense conversation or like this $500 gift. It can literally be eye contact and a smile. It can be they're showing me people in a checkout line or in line at the checkout at the grocery store. They don't know each other, but they strike up conversation and have a bit of a laugh. And when they get in their car to drive home, they're remembering fondly this cute little interaction, sweet little interaction that they had with somebody in line with them. It's these little moments, these little mundane moments that we just let float on by, and they really want us to anchor into these moments and hone in on them as moments that we fill up with our entire energy and presence, kind of like they were saying earlier in the reading. They really want us to treat every moment and every experience as if it's all we have. And yeah, they keep saying, fill the present moment up with yourself. And I just keep seeing like they're showing me like a room where like somebody's in a room and they fill the room up with their energy. It almost looks like a fishbowl. They're showing me this moment with these two people in a checkout aisle, a checkout line, and it's almost like and it's almost like a movie screen and I'm watching it and both of their energies it's like you could see their energy, both of their energies are filling up the whole screen. um and again, they're not working hard, they're not trying to do anything except just be present to the moment and the interaction and the connection and the feelings and nothing else. Like there's nothing else they have to do except be present. Let me see what else is here. Lots of smiling, lots of hugging, lots of just noticing though. Like I feel like there's so much just noticing in all of these different visions I've been shown of like in the checkout aisle and driving home and whatever else. The people are so aware of what's going on in the interaction, in their bodies, what they're feeling. they're just so aware and so present and just noticing and really feeling fulfilled and full from that noticing and from these, again, seemingly mundane um, interactions and experiences, but they're feeling so fulfilled. And like, it's almost like, man, if all that happens for me today is that I have this really sweet exchange with a stranger in a grocery store checkout line, that's enough. That's how much these mundane moments and experiences and these seemingly little or simple things actually mean so much. So we're really being encouraged to go slow, pay attention to every moment, like really pay attention, allow our awareness to seep into all of the fibers of the present moment as if it's a tapestry and be there and be along for the ride. There's a sense of contentment, of like contentment, fulfillment, of just like, yeah, this is it. This is special. And yeah, it makes me think of I did an Akashic Records reading for someone last week, and the if you've seen the Disney Pixar movie Onward, it's about two brothers who go on this quest, and they at one point come to this cliff, and it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet in the air, and there's no bridge, there's no way to get across to the other cliff on the other side. And I can't remember the specifics, but they realize that at some point they just have to be so deep in trust and so deep in the present moment and so deep in trust of the present moment that if they just take a step, what they'll need will be provided. And so the one brother takes a step off the cliff, and suddenly a rock appears for the brother to step on. And this movie's coming up again in this reading. It's come up in that Akashic Records reading. It came up in a session that somebody facilitated for myself earlier today, and it's coming up again as like, we don't need to know how we're going to get to the other side. Like we don't need the bridge. We don't need to know that there's something that is going to get us all the way across to the other side, to the cliff on the other side, across this excuse me, across this wide open expanse. We don't need to know how we're going to get there. We just need to know that if we trust and if we're present, every step we take is going to provide everything we need, not only in that moment, but to then be able to take the next step and the next step and the next step. It reminds me of one of my favorite books is called Silence in the Age of Noise. It's by a Norwegian philosopher who walked the South Pole by himself. And when asked how he did it, he said, I literally put one foot in front of the other and just did that enough times. And this reading reminds me of that. We don't need to know anything right now, except whatever we need to know in the moment in order to take the next step. And again, through osmosis, pulling in and receiving and being open to all of the information and knowledge that we need in order to take the next step and to just keep doing that enough times. Let me see if there's anything else here for us today. So they're showing me in front of a lit up Christmas tree. And again, they're really emphasizing the feeling that is creating in my body. And so for me, it feels like joy and wonder and awe and just this real childlike um awe. It's just really feeling like it's magical. And uh, so I think just one more emphasis on allowing yourself to be present to the magic and joy and awe that does exist right now as we begin exiting 2025. And they're like, 2025 was a big year. Allow yourself to exit it in an energetic posture of your choosing. And they really want you to choose the magical, joyful, awe feeling. But they recognize that all of 2025 didn't feel that way. And so they're encouraging you to choose that by any means necessary, whether it's having a conversation with somebody in the grocery line that you don't know. Maybe you strike up that conversation. You don't even wait for them. You do it yourself. Maybe it's sitting in front of the Christmas tree at night with all of its lights on and admiring the beauty and the magic. Maybe it's not Christmas related at all, but it's of your choosing, and they really want you to choose it. So I would encourage you to do so. Let me see if there's anything else here. That feels like it. They're just leaving me with this really magical feeling in my heart space. So, uh, yeah, a real return to magic, it feels. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close the records now. I give gratitude to my guides and angels for being with, guiding, and protecting me in this space. I give gratitude to the masters, teachers, loved ones, and energies of you for trusting me. I give gratitude to myself and to you for entering the records and inviting more truth into our hearts. May we move forward, always remembering the unconditional love and support that is with us at all times. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Thank you so much for joining me for December's Akashic Records reading. Again, please do let me know in the comments what you would love to see moving forward. I'm really open to suggestions. I'd love to know what you'd like to see or hear or know or learn about. And I hope that you have a really beautiful December. If you celebrate the holidays, happy holidays to you and be safe, stay warm, and I will see you next time.